Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. You are listening to Saving the Investor radio show. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional. I am here with Pastor John Antonucci. We're going to talk about the post-debate. We're also going to talk about the blueprint for building a foundation of a house that's sort of similar to your really retirement plan. So they do correlate, so we're going to talk about that. But anyway, take some notes and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Great to be in studio with you, Alfie, as always. And beyond the ups and downs of the market, your financial success is built on having the right plan in place. Just as Alfie said, it's just like building a house. And, you know, Alfie's expertise is all about creating a solid foundation, putting up strong walls, and constructing a roof that can withstand even the toughest financial storms. And if you're wondering how to protect your wealth from rising taxes, market volatility, and inflation, you're in the right place. You know, Alfie Townsend is Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional with over 40 years experience in this industry. In fact, Alfie's got some incredible tools that can help keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket, starting with his tax bill calculator. If you haven't used it yet, now's the time. Be one of the first 9 callers today and either call the operator or text the word SAVE, that's S-A-V-E, to 239-747-1077. Pick up your smart device and call or text right now. Get a personalized insights on how to reduce your tax burden. Don't let higher taxes sneak up on you, whether you're preparing for retirement or you're already there. Alfie's strategies can help keep more money in your pocket. Again, text the word SAVE to 239-747-1077 or call the operator and ask for that. And Alfie, what a debate. What an incredible, back and forth. But she came out strong. He had some great policies there, and I'm sure you want to talk about it with our listeners.
Well, if you looked at the debate, I think Trump had a better beginning of it. She had a better ending of it. But at the very end, Trump had a better close.
Yes, definitely.
And so if you look at, could President Trump have done better? I think he could have. But then on the other hand, it was him against not just Kamala, it was him against the other moderators also. So, so it really wasn't fair. And, there was we'll go through some of the things that I saw. But one that I had, it was not the next day, but it was the day after, Thursday. It was 2 days after, and you had you really looked at some of if you really dig down into it, the poll numbers really benefited Trump on the independents, and that's what you want to look at, the independents, because Kamala's going to keep the Democrats, Trump's going to keep the Republicans. It's the independents that are looking for which way they're going to go, which way they're going to vote. And now what was encouraging to me is the CNN and CBS, they both had their panel of voters there, independents, and it really went from, and you sent this to me, John, it really went from at the beginning of the debate on CNN, he had 53%, and she had 35, and he went up to, she had 37, I think.
35. She went down to 33. He came up to 55.
55, yeah. So
the economy, which was
So he raised from being ahead by 16 points, the bottom line, to being ahead by 20 points.
And that's a CNN poll. So
that's a CNN poll, yes, and that's the encouraging part. Another one on CBS. They were talking to the people, and there was 10 that were there, and 6 moved towards either moved towards Trump or leaning towards Trump. 3 moved to Kamala, and 1 was undecided still. So that was, again, I think what he was talking about, and it comes down to the economy. And inflation was there and immigration, but he talked about policies. He talked about what he was going to do and what he already has done in the past, where like the first question Kamala was asked was, are people better off more, now or 4 years ago? And she didn't answer that question.
Right.
She just went into, she was raised as a middle, income, middle class family, and her, mother worked hard to get her to, but didn't answer the question. And that's what I think everybody, and then that look she had, with her hand under her chin and just looked at him with smirks and everything. I don't think people like that.
Yeah.
I know my sister, my sister, we're texting back and forth, and she says, that just irritates me so much. There's other things she said too, I won't say, but it was really just the way that she was looking and just talking down to everybody. And I think that's going to have a big impact. Could Trump have done better? Could he have asked better questions? Like that one right there, where you didn't answer the question at all. They asked, are people doing better off? You had nothing, you didn't answer at all, but people know that she didn't answer questions.
Yeah, I think that if you look at the overall thing, she talked about him looking towards the past, she's looking towards the future, but all she brought up was Charlottesville, which was the past, January 6th, which was the past, the bloodbath, which was the past, and all the things that have been debunked that Trump, Agenda 2025, all the things that she talked about had nothing to do with her policies other than a $6,000 child credit, which would print more money, and a $50,000 startup, which would print more money. Nobody talked about unrealized capital gains. I mean, to me, if that moved the needle anyway for either one, I don't think it did.
No, it did not. And the bottom line is people are going to they're going to be voting. Most people vote with their wallets. And I think, if you have a portfolio, people that in this audience, they do have portfolios, and we're going to be talking about portfolios. We just want to really talk about the debate. So like you said, I don't think, it went one way or the other. I think, the independence, it did help Trump. So that's.
And what would you say? I mean, the next day, the market was a little spooked. It was down about 600-700 points, but then it came back.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was back on top. I mean, what do you think was going through their minds?
I think after they analyzed everything and they looked at, they looked back at really the debate, it wasn't as bad it was a good debate for her because she knew her stuff. She knew it so much she might have even got the questions before.
Well, she was memorizing those statements. I mean, she was polished. I never saw her that polished.
Yeah, she was definitely polished, but she wasn't talking about what people wanted to hear. What are you going to do for us to get out of this mess that we're in? And the jobless claims went up this past week. 230,000. It was higher than expected. So people are losing their jobs, filing for unemployment. So those went up this week. You do have, the Feds are going to be most likely lowering interest rates. So things are not, all rosy with the economy and rosy with the markets. The markets are up and down. And that's why we're going to talk about the fiscal blueprint of building a portfolio, just like building a house.
Yeah, it's very important that you get yourself positioned because we're in uncertain times. This is an election that's going to affect you one way or the other, and you need to be in position for what's going to take place. If you haven't had a current review this year, you really need to come in and let Alfie be a second pair of eyes. Matter of fact, he needs to do a deep dive into your current portfolio, and he can do that by doing what's called a retirement simulator process. It's a computer program that he has championed and his staff has put together that will look inside your portfolio to see what's really going on. Going to make sure you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting each and every year. Make sure that you're allocated properly, diversified correctly. Going to see what your risk tolerance really is so that you're in position to make the best decision for your financial future. Whether you're soon to be retired or currently retired, you owe it to yourself to look at Alfie's retirement simulator process. Listen, he can only handle 9 of these per week with the amount of staff that he has here. It's a very deep dive and very intensive process to look into your portfolio. Be one of the first 9 callers. Pick up the phone and either text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077, or you can call the operator and just tell the operator, I want to take advantage of Alfie's retirement simulator process. You owe it to yourself to be in position to make sure that you're going to get through the fog of investing that could be happening on the horizon. Alfie's going to get you to and through retirement with products and services that will benefit you. He adds value to your life. He doesn't stock pick, track record invest, or time the market. you need to get a hold of him in Fort Myers or Naples, two beautiful offices. Text the word visit 239-747-1077 or ask the operator for his retirement simulator process. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break. Don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. You know, Alfie has over 40 years experience as a CFP in Southwest Florida here, and his book is in high demand every single week. And if you have not picked up your complimentary copy, there is one that is waiting for you today. All you have to do to claim your book is either call the operator and ask for it or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. You know, Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. Don't miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories of investors that he has helped over the years. That's why he named this broadcast Saving the Investor, because he wants to help save you from the pitfalls, the schemes, the traps of Wall Street. To get your free book, simply text the word book to 239-747-1077 or ask the operator for it. Today we're talking about building a fiscal house and putting together a blueprint. And Alfie, you know this better than anybody. I know you've built some houses in Maryland, also here now in Southwest Florida. Before you can build anything, you have to have a blueprint. You have to see where you want to go, don't you?
You have to have that. And it's the same as retirement. So, you know, we always talk about the retirement simulator, the process that we go through. But it's a process. If you think about building a home, it's similar. And we're going to explain the difference, because when you're building a home, you know, we had the Ian a couple of years back. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. We did have some damage, but our house wasn't. It was built in '74, and we remodeled it. They wouldn't let us put any more money into it, so we wanted to go up higher. And this was really, this house was supposed to be our second home, and we loved it so much we moved here.
Right.
15, 16 years ago, moved back to Florida. Been in Florida, for 40 years total. But when we built this home, this new home, we knew that we wanted to have it strong. We knew we wanted, because we stayed in the home on the other side of the water, looking at our home almost getting demolished from Ian. We were in our neighbor's home. They live in Missouri, and they were kind enough to let us stay in their home. It was a 2-story home, built, very, very good, and we felt very comfortable there, had the generator, and we're looking at the back of our house. And again, it was built in '74, and it was, we're on the water, and, we have a pretty big dock there, and we had our 2 boats, and we just saw almost both of them floating away. They did not, but they came real close. So, and then we saw our pool get flooded, and we saw the house starting to get some water in it there. We made out, compared to a lot of other people in our development, they didn't make out as good. They had, actual boats in their home, just went into their house. They had to, 6 foot of water in it, 4 foot of water, 2 foot of water. So we didn't have that, but we wanted to build a home to, not worry about that again. So that's what we're in the process. We're probably going to be done around December, and we're going to have our builder on our radio show in a couple weeks, a month. And the reason we're going to have him on there is because he builds a fantastic home, and we talk about a blueprint. And so, we did the plans, and he sent the plans, to the engineers. And the engineers that we use, and he'll explain all that to you. And he comes from Dade County, so Dade,
You saw firsthand with
Andrew and everything. So we have more rebar in our home than probably most homes, because it was extra engineered. But that's what you want. You want to build a foundation. Your foundation needs to be your core. And so when we look at foundation of a house, that's your, if you, like it says in the Bible, if you build your house on sand, it's got to just, slide off.
Right.
You have to build it on rock. You have to have foundation. And it's the same thing with the retirement plan. What you have to have with that is you have to have a foundation. And I think the foundation has to be things that are guaranteed, things that are going to be where there's no ups and downs, things that are consistent and persistent with income. So we have to build that foundation of that's your, if we're building a home, think of your foundation of your retirement plan as the income producer. No ups and downs in the market. Doesn't have anything to do with the market. So you have to have that foundation to start with. And then what you have to do is on, as I'm looking at these notes that Mary helped us with, put this together, you have your architects, your builders, your designers, your electricians, et cetera, but you have all these. So I call that your team. While our house is going up so much faster than other people in the area, I'm talking about twice as fast, 2 times as fast as everybody else. And people are amazed. They come and stop and say, are you paying them extra to get this house built? Because I've never seen a house go up so fast. I said, no, he has a good team around him. He has a good team. And so you look at the team he has. He has these subcontractors that he uses for all his houses. So they don't go to our house and then leave our house and go to another house and come back to our house. They don't leave our house until their job is done. Then they go to another house. And, and that's what you want. You want to have a team around you. And our team is not just our awesome A team of our team in our office. We use outside help too for our portfolios, to analyze things, for all of our software that we use, the attorneys, the CPAs. So we have a team for all of our listeners, for all of our clients. So that foundation starts with the team. It starts with your part of your portfolio that is not going to be volatile to the market, has anything to do with the market. So that's where it starts. I'm going to have John talk a little bit about how to get an appointment over here, or how to get some information to you. But next, after he's done with this, we're going to talk about the walls. What does the walls mean?
Yeah, you want to get a hold of the A team. That's the Advantage Retirement Team, to put together a plan for you. Because if you don't have an income plan, a strategy, if you don't have the blueprints, then you really can't build anything as far as a retirement plan. And especially if you're in retirement, you need a blueprint, because the plan sometimes is always changing and evolving based on your lifestyle and based upon your age. And really, if you haven't had a review, you want to get a hold of Alfie and come in the office and sit down with him, because he has put together what's called a retirement simulator process. It's a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's really going on. And he's going to put your portfolio next to his. He's going to take you back 5 years, look at how yours performed over the past 5 years, put his side by side, and you're going to see in black and white exactly what Alfie's portfolio would have done in comparison to what yours actually did. He's also going to take a deep dive and expose any hidden fees inside your portfolio that could be eating up the returns. Make sure you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting. Make sure you're allocated properly, diversified correctly. He's going to put together an income plan and a strategy that's not cookie cutter, but it's tailor-made. And the reason why it's tailor-made is because he is Southwest Florida's premier certified financial planner professional with over 40 years experience. Listen, he can only handle 9 new people a week to come in this office, because it's very detailed and very informative to look inside your portfolio. Be one of the first 9 callers now. Don't wait till we go off the air and say, well, I'll do it later. No, pick up your smart device right now and either call the operator and tell them I want to meet with Alfie in Fort Myers or Naples, or text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. That'll take you to a landing page where you can schedule an appointment and sit down with Alfie. And Alfie, really, they need a plan and a blueprint. And like you say all the time, based on where they are in life, their blueprint is going to change. And you're always ahead of the curve to make sure those changes are done correctly.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if when people come in here, some plans need just a few tweaks, okay? But that's very few that just need a few tweaks. Some need a full design, a full, tear that house design down and start all over. Some need to start all over. And then many times people have simply outgrown their advisor. We've had radio shows on that, and we've had people say, you know what, how do you know if you outgrown your advisor? Well, one of the things I would say is if they're not giving you new ideas on how to get to and through retirement. If they're not talking about tax strategies, if they're not talking about Roth conversions, if they're not tweaking your portfolio, you might have outgrown your advisor right there. Or a lot of times your advisor's up north. If your advisor's up north, you need, and you're here full time, you need an advisor that you want to look at face to face, come in for your meetings, for your strategy sessions, and do it that way versus, up north doing a Zoom meeting with them and never meeting with them again. So, these are things that we would do for you when you come here. But the fiscal house, we're going to talk about this on the other side of this break on what that means to you when it comes to putting a comprehensive plan together to get you to and through retirement, that you can thrive through retirement and not worry about, am I going to run out of money, or is my account going to withstand this market volatility? We'll be right back. Welcome back to Saving the Investor. This is Alfie Townsend, and I am Southwest Florida Certified Financial Planner Professional. I am here with Pastor John Antonucci, and we are here to share with you some of the things that we do with our clients to get them to and through retirement. And we want to talk about having a portfolio, a plan that you can have confidence, and you can have that abundance mind process versus the scarcity. And I know Pastor John, he's I've been to many of his sermons, and he talks about he has vision, and what he does is he talks about the future and what can be instead of doom and gloom. There's a lot of doom and gloom out there, and we're talking about hey, we're going to have election pretty soon. Regardless of what happens, I know what we want to happen, but we're going to, we have to take care of our clients. We're still going to, regardless of who wins, you have to make sure you're in a position that can handle all different types of situations. And that's what we're doing here, is we're putting a fiscal house type of retirement plan together for our clients.
Yeah, it's important. And, the last 4 years we've had Democrats in the White House, prior to that Trump, and then prior to that 8 years of Democrats in the White House. And Alfie, you still are bringing people into prosperity and increase in the strategies and the plans that you put together. And really, that's what you want to be around, because it doesn't matter who's in Washington. If you have a prudent plan and you have a fiscal house that is put in place by a certified financial planner professional with over 40 years experience, it doesn't matter who's there. Free markets work. Businesses are going to continue to thrive and prosper, and you want to be positioned to do that. Alfie has put together a toolkit that you can get a hold of, and inside that toolkit, there's going to be a wide range of materials that's going to help you really understand what's going on. And if you want to get his retirement toolkit packed with valuable insights on how to reduce your taxes, protect your wealth, and ensure your money lasts as long as you do, all you have to do to claim your free retirement toolkit is be one of the first 9 callers to respond. Either text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077, or call the operator and tell them I want to take advantage of Alfie's free toolkit that he's offering on the radio today. This toolkit is designed to transform your financial worries into confidence. Simply text the word KIT or call the operator and ask for it, 239-747-1077. And Alfie, we've been talking about, building a strong fiscal house.
Yeah.
And really, that takes a lot of different ingredients or different, like you said, it's like building a building. You have your foundation, you have your 2x4s, you have your trusses, you have your insulation. All the different parts make up a good portfolio. Maybe you could talk about those with our listeners, because a lot of people have their eggs in one basket, like the S&P, don't they?
Yeah, they just they don't have a full plan. And really, a financial planning is like building a home. Think about your financial portfolio like designing your dream home, and that you want your home to weather all the storms that we're here in Southwest Florida. You have the hurricanes, you want it to be sturdy enough to withstand that. And same with your portfolio, your type of plan, you want it to be sturdy enough to withstand a financial storm.
Right.
You got to have that. So how do you do that? Well, when you look at different climates, over the year, your financial assets, will face market swings. We know about that. The markets go up, it goes down. You have economic downturn, fluctuating interest rates. We've had that. Right now, we're in a declining interest rate environment. That's a good thing, but inflation and, really changes in your personal life. People change and things change, circumstances change. You have to have a plan that can change with your changes, with your desires, and building a strong fiscal house. It starts with a solid foundation. Okay, that's the bottom line. And your retirement plan starts with a solid foundation. Then you have your strong walls, and you have to have a sturdy roof. But your financial portfolio needs a well-coordinated element to ensure that it's going to, it has lasting stability. If it doesn't have that, then it's not a good plan. And how do you know if you have a good plan or not? We always talk about get your retirement simulator process done through us. We'll look at everybody to see if you have a foundation built, in your retirement plan. Do you have opportunity to make money, opportunity to, have some protectors in there? Do you have that? So it starts with the blueprint. So if you don't really have that, it starts with that blueprint of your fiscal house. So let's talk about the foundation. Your foundation is the bedrock of stability. That has to be, think of that as, what money would be in there. That would be your savings. That would be your money that has nothing to do with the market. That, you can't afford to lose that money. That's your foundation there. You have to have that always protected. And that's like your home. If your home is built solid, it's going to be protected, and that's going to withstand hurricanes and things like that. So, and when we say hurricanes, we're talking about a financial hurricane, and we've had those. In my 41 plus years doing this business, we've had the Black Monday. That was awful. We had, that was back in the early 80s. You had, the 08 was probably the worst.
That was a tech bubble, huh?
And that was like the 99, 2000. That was a tech bubble. Then 08 was the financial meltdown of everything. That's when the financial institution was going down. The housing was going down. Everything looked like it was just doom and gloom. Then you had 9/11. We just had 9/11 this week that we just passed. But, it's been, 23 years.
Yeah, amazing.
23 years. A lot of people don't even, a lot of the kids don't even know about 9/11. They don't talk about it. But 9/11, everybody that's of age knows what 9/11 is, but anything can happen. So you have to have that foundation. That has to be, and then you have to think about the walls, at your home. That is going to be your moderate risk investment. Okay, think about that. But that has to be sturdy too. But you have to have, you take a little risk, and the risk is, you might have a moderate portfolio. You might have, a 50-50, some in bonds, some in the equities. They have what we call buffer ETFs now, which are fantastic. The buffer ETFs, protect. You can have it protect the first 5% you're responsible, then the next 25% down. The ETF is responsible for it, of the S&P. So if you said, 30% is pretty much protected. First 5 for me and 25 for the ETF company, and I can still make 12, 13% on the up. Some people are liking that, John, right now. With the market, with the presidential election year coming, we have, not year. Less than 2 months away.
Right.
And market volatility, you can't go to cash. You don't want to go to cash because you don't, you go to cash, you don't know what's going to happen. And then you could miss an up that you wish you were in.
Right.
So it's just, but there are things out there you can experience the ups and have downside protection.
Probably a lot of our listeners haven't even heard of this. This is something probably that most advisors aren't talking about. What is a buffered ETF? And you're talking about something that protects their money for a 30% drop, but yet they don't take all of the up, right? But they take a good portion. If you could still get 12%,
that's right.
Wouldn't that be a great thing?
That's, if you wanted to stay invested, that's the thing, and you have, of course, the fixed annuities, those are things that you could do too, because the interest rates are still high enough. They're starting to go down, but they're still high enough that you can get that 5% for 3-year guarantee. So we have those. We have the structured notes that are paying close to 8%. That if you're looking for growth with 30% downside protection, we can give you that right now. If you're looking for income, give us a call. We can give you that 8%, and that 8% would be deposit. It's 8% a year, but it gets deposit each and every month. And you can put IRA money in there. You can put savings in there, but this money will pay out as an income, and then you get your principal back. Usually in 12 months, if they don't call that note, then it could go as long as 21 months. But people would like 21 months of at 8%. So we do have things that give you downside protection and give you some interest. So if your advisor isn't really talking about things like building a foundation, the walls of your home would be considered a moderate portfolio that has some ETFs in there. And then your roof would be, hey, this is where I want to take a portion of my money and try to buy some of those NVIDIA stocks, the Apples, the Googles, the Amazons, and make double-digit returns on that. And yes, they're going to go down, but I can afford to lose a little bit up and down on that because I have a foundation. And that's what that's how you invest with confidence without worrying about, oh, do I pull out? Am I going to lose all my money? You're not going to lose all your money because you have a plan.
Yeah, that's why you want an independent advisor, someone who is a fiduciary, which means the responsibility is to you, not the products and services that they offer. And not just any fiduciary, somebody who is a certified financial planner professional with over 40 years experience in this industry. You don't want to be a do-it-yourselfer in this market, in this climate. You don't want to be somebody that hasn't had a review at this time. You really need to get a hold of Alfie Townsend and let him be a second pair of eyes. Let him be a second opinion on your current situation, because he can offer products and services that you probably never heard of before that can put you in a position where you still can gain the upside and have a protection on the downside as well. Because there's uncertain times. So he's able to do that with some of your money. Why don't you give him a call? Why don't you sit down with him in Fort Myers or Naples? He has 2 beautiful offices. Simply, all you have to do is call the operator and make an appointment, or text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. Alfie is going to add value to your life with the products and services that he offers, and he's going to get you to and through retirement. That's his goal. Call him today. Make an appointment today. Text the word VISIT to 239-747-1077. You also can visit him online at savingtheinvestor.com, and his web address is savingtheinvestor.com. You'll find a wealth of information about his company there. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break, so please don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie's book was in high demand last week, and due to popular demand, as always, Alfie is offering it again. A complimentary copy of his book awaits you. To claim your free book, all you have to do is text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. Listen, if you don't text, call the operator and tell them to send me Alfie's free book that he's offering on the radio today. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement, including valuable insights and many, many stories about investors that he has helped save over the years. Simply text the word book to 239-747-1077. We're talking about building a fiscal house today. And Alfie, you talk about the foundation. You've talked about the walls and the roof. There is a don't lose money principle that Warren Buffett talks about, which is a rule of preserving your capital. And the foundation that you put together is really the key to it. A lot of people that are listening to us today really don't know what their foundation is because they just have some stuff. How do you go about really analyzing that? Because everybody's foundation is different based upon the size of the house. A small house is going to have a smaller foundation than a larger house. So everybody's investment portfolio is different, isn't it?
That's right. And that's what you want. You don't want to go into a firm and have the same thing everybody else has. Everyone's, like you said, everybody, some people come in, they already have a retirement plan. They have an income plan from a pension, and they just want growth because they're not needing to take money out of their account. What we do with those people we look and say, okay, let's see if we can do, you have a lot of money in this in IRAs. Let's do some tax strategy, try to reduce those taxes for you down the road, and try to do some Roth conversions. So we want to look at Roth conversions. You have an estate plan. Where do you want your money to go this week? We have a lot of our clients. This past week, we went to Harry Chapin and Food Bank, and you know that place very well, John.
Great.
You do a lot of work over there, but Harry Chapin is a place that we give our time and our money to Harry Chapin, where we want to give back to the community. And what's nice about it is we have clients come to these events with us. We're going in the kitchen and we're doing what they need done. We'll stay there 2.5 hours. But what's nice about doing that is we just love what we do here at the Advanced Retirement Group, because we're able to give back.
Yeah.
And we have clients that, I'm hard on who we take as clients. Okay. Because if I don't feel they're going to be a good fit, and what's a good fit? Good fit is one that has a great attitude. A good fit is one that is wants to be, is a giver and wants to give back. Give back to community. So our clients love to get together. We do a lot of events with our clients, and we do these events so everybody can meet each other, because we're pretty much, I already, they interviewed us and we interviewed them.
Right.
They become our clients. And so when you call the number John gives, you're just coming to see what kind of plan we would put together for you. But the other thing is, you want to make sure that this is a long-term investment for you, meaning that you want to make sure we're just not going to look at your retirement plan and get you to and through retirement, but you want to like the people that are helping you. Life is too short to not like everybody that you're surrounded with, right? I mean,
yeah.
As a pastor, you're you see all types of people, John, and you don't have the privilege that I have, that I can say, listen, you're better off doing it yourself, or you're better off just staying where you are.
Right.
Okay, because we're not a good fit. People come to your church that you have to convert them to be a good fit.
Yeah, that takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. But if you could, you would want to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that you want to, spend time with.
Right.
You do a lot of, funerals and on young people, old people, and so my philosophy is I want to deal with people that I want to literally, enjoy spending time with.
Right.
And that's our clientele. And if you're like that too, give us a call. Let us do a review on what you have. So we're just not helping you with your retirement. We're helping you. We're a group of people that are like-minded, and we do a lot of great things together with, like going to the Harry Chapin Food Bank and helping out there. And when you do that, John, you always say it, when you give back to the community, we get more out of it giving than, what they get out of it.
It's true. Yeah.
It is that. So, we're talking about building that fiscal house, and it, like John says, it starts with the foundation. The foundation is you want to have things in there that that money cannot be at risk. That foundation cannot be at risk. It has to be things that are guaranteed, things that are going to be certain, things that create the income for our clients. The walls of a house, of a fiscal house, is going to be more of a moderate. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, but you're going to have limits on how low it can go and how high it can go, because you don't want that at risk like you do the roof. The roof is the first part of a hurricane, of a storm, that gets usually damaged.
Right.
The roof. And that's the same in a portfolio. That's the part that's going to, have the most volatility of your whole portfolio. But if it's designed like that, then hey, I'm taking risk on that, but man, I can make a 25-40% return on that money too. Now, my money in my foundation or my walls aren't going to make that type of return, but it's nice to be able to hit home runs with part of your money.
Yeah, it's a great point because a lot of people think that, I'm going to have everything exposed to one area that could really, if it took a downturn, it's going to be a hit. But you don't put together products and services that way. You put it together holistically, don't you? That really balances out the whole structure, and you put people in a position to win. And really, they're not going to take out of a position that is going to be going down. They're going to take out of a position that's going up, aren't they?
Great point, John. And when you have a total plan, as that market is going down, and if you don't have a plan, the market's going down, and your advisors taking money out of that down depreciated asset right now and paying you income from it. And that's called reverse dollar cost averaging. That can rob you of your retirement. So you have to have an income plan in place to know that regardless of what the market's doing, down or up, you're going to be okay because your income is going to be protected and has nothing to do with the market. So this is the way you build a fiscal, house, that you're building a fiscal plan that will get you to and through retirement.
Yeah, it's very, very important. And, we might add as well that the market has really not gone down that much in the past how many years? I mean, it's been on the upward tick, and, you never know how it's going to perform. But, I mean, basically, you got to be in it to really increase, and that's the greatest wealth creation that you can.
It is. It's, a mentor of mine said that. It's the best wealth creation in America is the market, and then you do want to be in it, but you want to be in it with a plan.
Yeah, very important. Well, this is your last chance to get a hold of Alfie's book that's in high demand. Due to popular demand, he's offering a complimentary copy to you, and it's waiting for you. All you have to do is call the operator or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. You don't want to miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories of investors that he has helped save over his 40-year career as a certified financial planner professional. Text or call the operator right now, the word book, 239-747-1077.
Yeah, and John, my son, Devin, he keeps saying, plug John's church for tomorrow, for Sunday. And so I'm going to let you plug your faith center.
Yeah, if you're in the Fort Myers area and you're not listening on the app here, come and join us tomorrow morning at 10:30. We're at 17650 South Tamiami Trail, Highway 41 South, just off of the Michael G. Ripp extension, about a mile south of Alico Road in the Harbor Plaza. And come on out at 10:30. You'll have dynamic worship, and I have an incredible word that I'm going to be preaching on Sunday morning that will encourage you.
That's awesome. And my son wants us to do this every time. I keep forgetting. I said, you know what, we got to do it today. So, hey, we want to thank you. This is not your average financial show. This is a show that talks about faith. It also talks about your retirement, how to get you to and through retirement. We just love doing the show and the format that we have. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Until next week, be blessed.